In this lesson, we will be reviewing how Autodesk Inventor utilizes both the sketch environment to create sketches and how we turn those sketches into features and how those features are placed together to create a part. I'm in a blank file right now, part file, and what I'm going to do is just create a rectangle. We'll place a couple dimensions on that rectangle. And now once I have this dimensioned, I'm going to switch to an isometric view. I'm going to exit out of the sketch environment. Now there's two ways to do that. First of all, I'm going to right-click Done or press Escape to get out of the Dimension tool. Now I can either right-click, click on Finish Sketch, or click on the Return tool. And what that's going to do, it's going to exit me out of the sketch environment. The reason I know that I'm in the sketch environment, a couple different things are pointing that out to me right now. In the browser, Sketch 1 is active, it's white. Everything else is grayed out, so I know I'm in that environment, as well as my 2D sketch panel, and all the tools are active. So in this case, I'm just going to click on Return, and you'll notice the panel has now changed to Part Features, where I could go back and extrude, revolve. And in the browser, Sketch 1 is no longer white. Everything is basically available at the top level. So let's go ahead and extrude that profile out. And we'll come back and talk more about the extrude tool in an upcoming lesson. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and click OK. And you notice in the browser, it now says Extrusion 1. And if I expand Extrusion 1, that is where Sketch 1 disappeared to. So we refer to that as consumed. So as I spin the model around, you can definitely see the dimensions are not appearing on the part, but they're still there. They're underneath here. So I can simply double click on that sketch if I wanted to. Let's change that back to 25. Click on Return to go back and change that environment back to the Part Featured panel. Now let's take a look at another file that's already existing here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Open. And then from the Chapter 3 file folder, I'm going to click on features.ipt. And let's review how this part was created. So in the browser, you'll see that there are a whole bunch of different features that were utilized to create this. I'm going to grab the end of the part marker, and I'm going to pull that back up. And let's just review very quickly how this part was created. I'm going to just bring it down below Extrusion 1. And again, if I double click on Sketch 1, it will show me what was actually drawn there with that profile and all the dimensions. And then of course it was extruded. Let's grab that end of the part marker, pull it down one more time. Then a circle was drawn on that flat plane and extrude it back up. And then another rectangular extrusion was created. And then a hole was placed. So the extrusions, we refer to those as sketched features, where a hole and a fillet would be referred to as a placed feature. We'll talk more about those in upcoming lessons. So in this case, the extrusion 4, that's going to be the cutout over here. So we remove some material. Then the cutout was mirrored over to the opposite side. Fillets were placed on the outside edges. And then finally, a slot was cut back into the part. So we're going to utilize a whole bunch of different techniques to create these given parts. We can do these sketched features like I was referring to, placed features, and a mixture of all of them to create our parts or our building block of our parts.